You don't want to know how many times I tried to film this video. I'll insert some clips here to show you. Hello, welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title of this video, I'm here to talk to you why I stopped Slimming World when I did, because I feel like I haven't really explained that on this channel. And the whole point of the channel was about Slimming World, so I feel like I should probably tell you guys why. So, gosh, Henry was born June 2022, my little baby, who's now 2.5, not so little baby now. And I had gained 2 stone through pregnancy. And so I was very desperate to lose the weight. And Slimming World cropped up. So I thought I'll give it a go. So I joined Slimming World, joined my local group. And I just thought it would be a good way to, I saw all of these success stories, all the transformations, and I thought, wow, that looks amazing. And it was literally a 2-minute walk from my house. So I thought it's a no-brainer. At the time I think it was like £5-6 a week, which to be honest, wasn't ideal, but we decided to invest the money into it because I really wanted to get back to my usual self. And so when I joined my local group, I instantly made friends. I felt very welcomed, and they educated me about how we shouldn't be eating fat, and you know, fat is basically a sin, and all of these things. And I got really invested in Slimming World. I stuck to the diet very religiously for a good few months, and I eventually lost 2 stone using Slimming World. So I got back to my pre-baby weight, which I was very happy with. Come December 2022 and Christmas came around. So within that time scale between starting in July and Christmas December 2022, something along the lines happened in December. I don't actually know what triggered it, but I've always kind of suffered with anxiety, and I get low mood due to like hormonal issues that I have. I've got endometriosis, polycystic ovaries, underactive thyroid, and autoimmune hashimotosdisease. So a lot of my hormones fluctuate a lot of the time, and I get low mood, and yeah, they cause a variation of symptoms: extreme fatigue, puffy face, which I'm actually currently going through at the minute, swelling, Raynaud's disease, where I lose circulation in my hands and my feet. All sorts of things happen when you have autoimmune disease. And so I think around sort of December time, I had a really bad flare up, and I think in sort of, as well as that, and then Christmas food, I think I went into a bit of a downward spiral of just, I'd lost the weight. You know, like when you go into that kind of mindset of, I've lost the weight now, I can eat what I want. And then add in the fatigue and all of the symptoms that I was having, I think I just got into a bit of a rut. So during that time as well, I also got shared on Slimming World's social media, Instagram, Facebook, I can't remember where else, their website I think it was, which was huge for me, and it netted me loads of subscribers and a few followers, and the YouTube channel had grown to like 900 subscribers, which was insane in that such a short space of time. And I was only posting like what I was eating in a day, so it wasn't even like, I don't know, it was crazy. And I didn't really know what to do with it, because obviously I was postpartum and, you know, going through Henry's schedule, and I didn't really know what I was doing with the YouTube. I've never done YouTube before, and I didn't know that it would actually get me a lot of subscribers, so it was a bit of a surprise. And I think I was just overwhelmed, because when they shared me on their socials, my group like clapped, you know, for me, and I almost became like somebody who had been recognised by Slimming World. And I don't know, things changed from that point, because I just felt a bit embarrassed. I don't know if that's the right word, like embarrassed or shy. I felt like everyone had eyes on me, And then that pressure to keep losing weight every week just got so enormous. And add that in with like baby exhaustion, my own chronic fatigue stuff that I'd had going on, and shooting, because obviously you guys know I'm a photographer, so I was also shooting weddings during that time and working really hard. So there was just so much, and plus like the upkeep of the house, my relationship with my partner, like there was just so much going on. And Slimming World was the one thing that was obviously going to crash. And another thing that we found difficult was Slimming World meetings were awkward times for me. So like the times that I would go would be 6, but my partner had only just finished work. So then I'd have to rush out the door to get to the queue, because they wouldn't weigh you if you were late. And I couldn't go at the 8 p.m. slot because then that was Henry's bedtime and I didn't want to miss out on his bedtime. So it was a really annoying time frame, like getting there and stuff and like working out everything with Henry's schedule. So that was also really frustrating. So December 22 comes around and I'm eating back to my usual, just like binge eating loads of Christmas food, not really caring. I went to the last group in December and then I don't think I actually went back. I think I just felt like too much pressure. And during that time as well, I also had an episode where my hip, so I was walking with the pram and my hip gave way, and that spiraled me having to go to A&E because I couldn't walk. It was unbearable. It was really, really in a lot of pain. They said that I had inflammation in my muscle joint on my hip. I then went for an x-ray. They found I had damage to my hip. I then went for an MRI. They then found a tear. They found that my hips had been impinged from birth. They found cartilage damage. Like, they found a lot of stuff. And they basically told me both my hips are very damaged and that I would probably need a hip replacement as an older adult. And they then x-rayed my knees. They found that my knees were tilted and that all the cartilage were nearly gone. And in my right knee, I have a Baker cyst behind my knee, which could burst at any time. So, and I still have that Baker cyst. So I've got to be really careful about like inflammation and like all of that stuff. So the surgeon told me that losing weight is the best course of action for this, because where I'm only 30, they don't want to do any hip or knee replacements while I'm so young, as it's unnecessary at this point. But obviously I need to manage my pain and make sure that I'm in a good, healthy state. So basically losing weight is key. Now I've gained 1 stone since I left Slimming World, which I think is purely because you can't sustain Slimming World. You can't count the sins all the time. It's just not sustainable. And I also feel like from going and doing my own health research with food and stuff, having healthy fats is really important for your body. Having things like healthy oils and avocado and, you know, having the fat on your meat is actually really important for your brain health, for your overall health. And I definitely noticed, even though I'd lost the 2 stone, I noticed that the inflammation in my bones and my muscles were really like flared up, and it was because I wasn't eating any fat, and that's really not good for you to not eat any fat. So that was kind of a really big point of not going back to Slimming World as well, was that I didn't believe in it anymore, because I do believe that having a balanced meal is really important, and having the fat is really important for your diet and for your overall health. And so nowadays I have struggled to lose the weight because I haven't really tried, because like I said, I run a really busy photography business. I also run a really big photography meetup group with 1,600 members in. I also am a full-time mum. Henry's not in nursery yet, so I have him every single day, apart from a couple of days a week where he goes to his grandparents. So my schedule is really full, and, you know, finding time to do all of this is really, really difficult. And I love this channel, and honestly, you'd be surprised how much I think about this channel and think, like, what could it be like? What could I achieve on this channel? You know, raising awareness of thyroid conditions and hormonal conditions, and, you know, sharing my food journey, sharing my health journey, sharing my mum life. Like, I'm not interested in sharing Henry on the channel at all. This channel is purely about weight loss and health and women's health. And I do really want to do that. It's just finding that time to really focus on it. And I would like to try and do at least something on the channel. I have been uploading more shorts just to try and like boost the channel and try and get it moving again. So if I don't upload long form, it will definitely be a short video and then a post. And then I'll try and do a long form like this whenever I can, because I do think I have the opportunity to do something here, and I do have a really good idea for an app or something like that for thyroid warriors like myself. So there's something in my future definitely in this area. I just don't know what it is yet, but you know, I did lose 200 subscribers when I kind of disappeared off YouTube, which is more than fair. Like, I understand people aren't going to hang around when I'm not even here. And I'm still really grateful for the nearly 700 that I do have, and I hope to, you know, build it up from here. So that is why I left. That's why I left the Slim and Well plan. That's why I'm now eating healthy fats and trying to eat lower carbs. Like, I'm trying not to eat processed food. My whole goal for this year is to eat whole food. So if I fancy cake, I'll make it with wholesome ingredients. If I want a cookie, I'll have to bake it. Like, I'm trying not to buy them from the shop. If I see something with 12 ingredients, I'm not going to buy it. If I see something with 20 ingredients, I'm not going to buy it. I want to eat whole foods. I want to eat like bananas and fruit and dark chocolate and just like meat and eggs and fish and vegetables, and like really try and have a good variety in my diet. And I feel like if I do that, the weight will come off, and it is coming off. I started 1st of January and I'm still going strong. And I'm excited about this because I am having a flare up currently. Just things like my Raynaud's disease is flaring up, where I lose like the blood flow in my hands and my feet, and I'm quite puffy faced at the moment, and just things like that. I notice when I have a flare up, I get very tired, have to sleep in the day. So I really do want to raise awareness of thyroid conditions, PCOS, endometriosis, all of that umbrella of endocrine conditions. I really do want to use my platform for good stuff, to raise awareness, because there is not a lot of support out there. When I was diagnosed with thyroid condition, I literally just had to figure it out myself, and same with the PCOS and the endo. So I really do believe food is a healing tool and it can really help you. And don't get me wrong, I'm not against Slimming World. I think if you do Slimming World, like, hats off to you. It's quite a hard thing to stick to, and it does take over your life. I think it's one of those things where you have to have your Slimming World hat on, you know. You can't just do it. You have to really be in it to get the weight off, and then you have to sustain it by continually doing it. So yeah, I'm not against Slimming World. I'm very grateful for the 2 stone that I lost and the friends that I made, and them sharing my story on their socials, and you know, all of that it gave me. But I've moved on. I've moved on from Slimming World, and I hope that you stick around to see more of my channel and to see what I can cook up and make using whole foods, and yeah, help me to raise awareness of lots of these different conditions that we all live with and suffer with. So yeah, I hope you stick around. Let me know in the comments if you are still on Slimming World or if you've moved on yourself. I'm gonna go now because Henry is with his dad currently, just in the garden, but I need to go and swap back in so we can all have some lunch and then get back to work. So I'm gonna love and leave you. Thank you so much for being patient with me, and I hope that this channel has a bright future. Bye guys. So this is an example of a lunch that I would have, and you could make this Slimming World friendly, but I've used a tablespoon of oil in my mince, and I don't buy those 1 calorie sprays anymore because they're not good for you. They're full of lots of different ingredients, whereas I just use 1 tablespoon of cooking olive oil in my mince and then eke it out for the week. So you don't have a whole tablespoon, just like a quarter or something. But this is what I would typically have for lunch. You see it, do you?
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, okay. Do you want Mum to fix it?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Hmm?